look now at your 189-pound weight class in Class A. It'll be Josh Marcum of Omaha Benson against Brandon Hudiburgh of Grand Island. In Class B, Nick Schaefer of Omaha Skutt Catholic meets James Belville of Valentine. Class C, Jake Hastings in Norfolk Catholic faces Brett Gumb of Sargent Burwell. And your state finalists in Class D will be James Thompson, Greeley-Wolbach, meeting Michael Bazata of Howells. And getting into some pretty a lot of pinners in this weight class, as we see very often. Class A, you have a rematch going on. Josh Marcum of Omaha Benson faced Brandon Hudiburgh of Grand Island last year, and he won by pin of 346 in that match. They are ranked number 1 and number 3. Marcum comes in unbeaten. Hudiburgh is 36-2, so a pretty good matchup in Class A.
I know at least one of Hudiburgh's losses is to Marcum last week in districts. Marcum on a 69-match win streak. Great matchup over in Class B. Also, Nick Schaefer of Omaha Skutt against James Belville of Valentine. Schaefer moved to Omaha this last year. Came up from Lexington, where he wrestled James Belville of Valentine twice last year, with Belville coming out on top in both of those meetings.
Meanwhile, in Class D, very important match from a team race standpoint, as you got Michael Bazata of Howells, 35-1, a junior. Howells in that team race. He faces James Thompson of Greeley-Wolbach.
Howells has to, they've got 2 wrestlers remaining alive, Bazata and Beyer, coming up in the next weight class. They need to win both of those matches to win the team title, so it's in their hands. Amherst is done. They have no more wrestlers left alive. So with the team score 144-135, 2 wins. Well, let me see how that. Let's see. No, they're going to need. They would need at least a major decision and a win just to tie. So they're going to need bonus points in one of these 2 matches, but they have to win both of them to win the team title.
Meanwhile, in Class C, Jake Hastings of Norfolk Catholic, ranked number 2. He had a great match last night in the semifinals, defeating number 1 ranked Tyler McCormick and became a Herman, 17-5, major decision for him. He had been 5th his last 2 years at state, but here he is going for a title, beating Brett Gumb of Sargent Burwell, who's had a good state team as well.
Takedown by James Thompson of Greeley-Wolbach in Class D to take a 2-0 lead over Bazata of Howells. And on Class A, Josh Marcum, the returning state champion, he's going to take a 2-0 lead into the second period, and we're still at zeros on the other B and C matches.
Well, we were until now in Class C. No, we were in the second period in Class C. That first period went fast. They're in the second period in Class C, and now there's your point. An escape scored by Jake Hastings of Norfolk Catholic to take a 1-0 lead over Brett Gumb of Sargent Burwell. We are in the second period in 3 of our 4 matches, about ready to go in the second period in Class B, with no score there between James Belville and Nick Schaefer.
Hudiburgh with the escape in Class A now trails 2-1 against Marcum. I was impressed with Hudiburgh last night. He's got 2 pins and a major on his way to the finals. He's got some tough competition in Josh Marcum. Marcum goes for the throw. Hudiburgh fights it off.
Meanwhile, we are tied 2-2 in Class D between James Thompson of Greeley-Wolbach and Michael Bazata of Howells. And again, of course, for the individuals, a very important match. And there is a 1-point escape for Thompson of Greeley-Wolbach. He takes a 3-2 lead.
Look at this. A takedown by Brandon Hudiburgh of Grand Island. It looked like Marcum was in control. And Hudiburgh comes off with the takedown, and he takes a 3-1 lead now with a minute to go in the second period there. And we had a takedown in Class C by Brent Gumb of Sargent Burwell. He now leads 2-1 in that matchup in Class C.
1-0 lead in Class B for Nick Schaefer of Omaha Skutt Catholic over James Belville of Valentine. But a big, exciting match in Class A right now.
And that's tied up. That escaped by Marcum, so it's 3-3 over there with 41 seconds to go in the second period.
And it's 4-3 in Class D. Right now it's...
I didn't even notice that.
Bazata
has come back.
Yep.
Come back after falling behind early. Again, that's huge for the team race. He's trying to lock on a near side cradle. And Thompson able to slip his head out. Now he's going to be tied with that escape, 4-4 in Class D. 29 seconds to go in the second period.
We have now gone tie in Class C, 3-3. Some exciting matches. Hastings of Norfolk Catholic and Gumb with Sargent Burwell tied up and 3-3 going into the third period.
And Nick Schaefer from Omaha Skutt just takes a 4-0 lead in Class B as Belville took kind of a bad shot and Schaefer able to counter it pretty easily. Didn't get the takedown.
And Hudiburgh.
Oh, there's a fleeing the mat call against Josh Marcum. So Hudiburgh picks up the point. He now leads 4-3. Official Phil Pasali felt Marcum was fleeing the mat to avoid being scored on. It's a technical violation. So that's the end of the period, and it's Marcum's choice he's going to take down. He trails 4-3. And now it looks like Schaefer close to getting some near fall, but not quite. And just as the time runs out in the second period, we're going to go in the third period with Schaefer leading 4-0 in Class B. Again, Omaha Skutt with 6 state champs this year. If Schaefer could hold on for the win, they would tie the all-time record held by Omaha Central of 7.
Well, in Class C, it was kind of interesting that Jake Hastings and Norfolk Catholic cut loose Brett Gumb to tie the match at 5-5. You don't see that very often. Apparently more comfortable on his feet as it's tied 5-5 with 1:18 to go third period. So that surprised me a little bit. It is 5-4 in Class D, at 1:36 to go in that match.
And Thompson of Greeley-Wolbach leading that one. And Hudiburgh, not sure if he started on top over there in Class A, so he still leads 4-3 in that match. Marcum trying to get the escape to tie the match. There's a stall warning against Hudiburgh.
We're down to less than a minute to go now in Class C with a 5-5 score. And Jake Hastings and Norfolk Catholic, who cut loose Brett Gumb and Sargent Burwell, thinking he could take him down and let the match tie up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
And there's a quick throw by for a takedown for James Thompson. Not only the Greeley crowd going crazy, but the Amherst crowd as well, because they know what happens. And then escape by Bazata, so he's still in the match. 50 seconds to go. He trails by 2.
Meanwhile, Nick Schaefer of Omaha Skutt Catholic in control, leading at 6-0 in the third period over James Belville of Valentine. It looks like Skutt Catholic, who has just dominated the state championship, is going to get another champion.
Close to a takedown on the edge for Brett Gumb of Sargent Burwell, but they went out of bounds. Over in Class A, Josh Marcum trailing 4-3 takes a timeout.
So they'll go into overtime now in Class C. And again, still surprised at that strategy. But nonetheless, Jake Hastings and Brett Gumb will go into overtime. Sudden death. If either one gets a takedown, it's over.
Escape by Schaefer in Class B. He trails 5-1 in that match with 10 seconds to go in that match. Schaefer never placed before in the state tournament, and now he's going to probably be a state champion for Omaha Skutt.
And let's see, they did get I think there was a...
Bazata is now taking a 9-7 lead with 11 seconds to go.
Wow. We'll keep our eye on that match. Meanwhile, we'll tell you that Nick Schaefer is the state champion in Class B as he wins at 7-1. They're down to 5 seconds now in Class D. Bazata hanging on and hanging on.
So Howells,
we're going to warn him for stalling.
Barring something extreme here in the last 3 seconds.
In Class C, we're in overtime. Some exciting matches. 9 seconds to go in the overtime. Tied 5-5. Shooting in there was Brett Gumb, but he can't get the takedown, and they got 5 seconds to go.
We got a lot of excitement going on here. There's a reversal by Marcum in Class A. He takes a 5-4 lead with 30 seconds to go. But he got too high and he fell off. And Hudiburgh's reversed him. He takes a 6-5 lead with 20 seconds to go over there. And Bazata has won the title in Class D. That keeps Howells alive for the team race.
We're down to 30-second double overtime now in Class C. And trying to get the escape is Jake Hastings, Norfolk Catholic, but nice counter by Brett Gumb. Gumb trying to hang on. And here's a turn, and he got the escape. The winner, Jake Hastings, Norfolk Catholic.
And you have a champion in Class A, Brandon Hudiburgh, upsets Josh Marcum from Omaha, Benson ends his 69-match win streak to be your state champion in Class A at 189 pounds. This is exciting.
Oh, man. And, of course, he avenges the loss in the finals a year ago when he got pinned by Marcum. And that was a huge victory. And, wow, what a victory by Jake Hastings in Norfolk Catholic in double overtime. He gets the escape.
Oh, and so unsportsmanlike action by Marcum was going to cost Benson a team point there at the end of that match, but it doesn't spoil the victory for Hudiburgh of Grand Island, your state champ at 189 pounds.
And we still don't have a team champion in Class D yet. We'll tell you more about that in a second.
We will after this next weight class.
We are getting set for the 215-pounders, but we're going to tell you about the 189-pounders here shortly. And there's a good look at your state champion in Class A. We'll tell you about him a little bit more in just a second. But there was some, probably our greatest, most exciting weight class of the day, that's for sure. Again, some of the crowd has left, which is typical as wrestlers finish their matches, but we had a crowd of 13,976 for the finals. Let's take a look now at the results. 189 pounds Class A. Your state champion, Brandon Hudiburgh of Grand Island, wins it 6-5 over Josh Marcum of Omaha Benson. In Class B, your state champion, Nick Schaefer of Omaha Skutt Catholic, he wins it 7-1 over James Belville of Valentine. Class C, in double overtime, Jake Hastings, Norfolk Catholic, wins it 6-5 over Brett Gumb of Sargent, Burwell. And in Class D, Michael Bazata of Howells wins it 9-7 over James Thompson of Greeley-Wolbach.